this has been such a horrific thing in your life. When I hear you talk about it on tape, it seems to me that when you talk about it, it's as raw and painful for you today as it was the first day you heard about it.
Oddly enough, it seems like it gets worse every day.
How do you cope with this? What is your strategy?
Initially, I wasn't able to really eat. And immediately after it happened, like for the first 6 months or so, I couldn't eat. And I started realizing that if I had a beer or two during the day, then it would settle my stomach and kind of calm me down a little bit. So I've been using beer and a little bit of alcohol pretty much daily to kind of get me through the day and kind of numb things for me.
Okay, so you're self-medicating with alcohol to numb the pain.
Yes.
This was your ex-husband, Tom,
yes,
that took the boys camping.
Yes.
And I've noticed that very pointedly, you blame Tom for this. Here is a quote from your Facebook. You said, "Tom, I truly loved you, but someday when I die, I'm going to destroy you for what you have allowed to happen to my sons. I hope you are ashamed of yourself, feeling the pain, and understand that you were at fault even more than Hudson. Hudson being the man that pulled the trigger that killed your children. You were supposed to protect them, you blank blank."
I do really feel a lot of animosity against him for putting all of them in such a dangerous situation and not protecting them.
Why did you bring your two boys, Quentin and Roland, back to the site of the murder?
Well, because Nathan and Austin and Dad and Hannah and Lil Cade, they set out on a mission to camp on the land that we bought, and I was hell-bent about doing that. I wasn't going to let Hudson not allow us to camp on our land.
When you got there, there was still remnants of this murder scene, correct?
Yes, sir. There was a little baby potty for Cade, kind of behind the bushes, and then there was a rug kind of pushed off into the bushes, and it was blood-soaked. It was still there at the campsite.
How did it affect you to see that? To see this blood-soaked rug?
That was, you know, you have to remember I had my boys with me, so I was trying to not make a big deal out of it because I didn't want to upset them, but for me, it just struck.
But if it sent you spinning.
It did.
As an adult, how do you suppose that impacted two young boys?
They haven't talked about it since then. They didn't really pay much attention to it. I don't even know if you ask them about that now, if they'd even remember.
One of our jobs is to nurture our children.
Yes.
Is to nurture them and to give them a soft place to fall and to bring them through difficult times. How do you think they would grade your paper?
I think they think I'm doing great. I think my sons are very proud of me.